talk about that touchdown run? I mean, I think you busted through 8 or 9 tackles. Did you just have this will, this refusal to go down?
Yeah, I had a run earlier in the game where I got down at like the 2-yard line, and I was kind of mad at myself because I felt like I could have been in the end zone. And so when I had that other opportunity to score again, I just tried to give everything I had to get that touchdown, and we got it. And so.
Sione, did you know you'd get that much work tonight? Almost RB1 type work?
I didn't. We have a lot of great running backs, even with Falau and LJ out this game. Miles and Enoch, they've been running their butt off, as well as Pokai too, the freshman. And so I wasn't really. I was pretty surprised that I got a lot of these reps. And so.
Isaiah, what's that game like from a defensive? Because they got a lot of yards on the ground, and you guys had to grind out some long drives, but then you flip the field so quick with a defensive score and a couple of interceptions. How do you balance those two as you think about the game?
Well, honestly, going into this game, we knew what type of kids they had on their team, and we knew they had some speed on the outside. And really, it was just mostly just fitting your gaps and stuff like that, and just containing the quarterback. That's really what we were mostly focused on, and I feel like the boys executed pretty well. So then that was the outcome. So.
Isaiah, can you walk me through the punt return and kind of your role and vantage point of that play?
So it's supposed to be like a safe punt. I was thinking that he was going to fair catch it, but I turned around and I hit the ground. I was just like trying to find the first guy that I could block, and then we seen an open lane, and he came up the sideline, and that was it from there. Basically, we celebrated in the end zone. So,
Isaiah, when you look back in the first half, Kansas State, their first 2 drives, they were able to have long drives, but you guys were able to hold them to field goals on each drive. How much of a confidence boost was that for the defense that you were able to, once they got in the red zone, to keep them out of the end zone?
Well, usually it just takes a couple plays to kind of get used to the beginning of the game. They're going to start going fast. They tried to fast tempo us in the beginning of the game, and we just had to settle down a little bit. And like being able to get that third down stop, it was huge. And and after that, I feel like we just kind of dialed in. And so from there, it was just, I don't know, we executed pretty good. So.
Sione, Kalani said you guys made statement 4 tonight. Statement 5's coming next week. What is that statement in the eyes of a player?
I feel like this outcome, a lot of people were surprised by this. They didn't really think that we could do this. But as all our coaches say, especially Kalani, like this is not a surprise to us. Like we know the work that we put in to get to this point. And so we just take it week by week, making a statement every single week. And so we've always had that belief and trust in each other in the locker room. And so now on Saturday nights, we just are able to showcase it. So.
Isaiah, do you think this shows the rest of the Big 12 that BYU is to be reckoned with this year?
Yeah, most definitely. We already know what we're capable of, and like it's really just showing other people like what we can do. And even since summer workouts, we're such a close team, and we just know for ourselves that we can dominate the Big 12.
Isaiah, how much credit do you give the crowd for this win? Because they forced a bunch of turnovers, seemed to buoy you up when maybe that early going when Kansas State was moving the ball.
Mm-hmm.
How big were they?
Definitely, they're huge. I love playing in front of our home crowd just because we get that 12th man, and it's always a fun time having that big crowd. So,
Isaiah, what does Jack bring to the linebacker group, and what's it like playing with him out there?
It's good just because he knows the defense pretty well, just because they kind of ran the same defense at Weber. So having him out there, being able to pass rush and got some speed on the outside, I can always rely on Jack to make big plays, so for sure.
Sione, you got LJ, Falau, Enoch, Miles, you. Does the running back room have an end?
There's no end. You got Pokai, Jovesa, Charlie Miska. Our running back depth is deep, and I don't think a lot of people realize that. And coming into BYU, I had those mentors like LJ, Falau, Enoch, Miles, all those guys that you named out, and they helped me to be prepared for this stage and this moment. And so I think everyone else is fine too. If I were to go down, then Pokai would pick up. If Pokai went down, anyone else would pick up. And so.
Isaiah, this team talks about complementary football and how much you guys support the offense, special teams. You're part of that, obviously. Mm-hmm. How special is it when each unit gets to score a touchdown like it did tonight?
That's very special. I feel like it's really just the trust that we have in each other. Like everyone trusts the special teams to go out there and make a play. Everyone trusts the offense to go make a play, and then our defense, I feel like our defense is pretty good this year. So I'm excited what we can really show people what we can do. So.
Any other questions for these two? All right, thanks, guys.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.